So here are my recommended steps in order to use our wash kit and get the most out of it in the least amount of time and the best results. Every car is different, so just keep in mind that the first time you do it, it's gonna be the slowest. You kind of have to figure out the nooks and crannies of your car, the annoying parts, the parts that you can kind of speed through and the parts that you have to take your time with. And the first wash is always the hardest. To preview the workflow, step 1 wash, we're gonna be starting with the wheels, foaming, brushing, and then soap rinsing the car down, foaming the car, and then pressure washing. Then for step 2, we're either going to lightly blow dry with a leaf blower and then do a spray and wipe with one wiper, or do a wet wipe down and a dry wipe down if you don't have access to a blower. And then for step 3, once the car is all glossed and shined and looking good, we're gonna dress the tires and maybe even the trim if that applies to your car.
Technique is super important for safety and efficiency, and there's a bit of nuance to this, so watch this entire video. We're gonna get you dialed in so you're feeling confident with this process and your car is looking its absolute best and ready to go.
So for step 1, with hot lap, you're gonna fill your foam cannon with a 5-to-1 dilution with our foam cannon. Fill the bottle with water first, up to about 800, 850 milliliters, and then the rest with hot lap. So that's 150 to 200 milliliters. Technically it's 167 for a 5-to-1 or more. And you can also do a 10-to-1 if you want to go lighter, save product, and you don't need to do any heavy cleaning. You're just not gonna get as thick of foam. So the first thing you're gonna do, especially if you're not in the shade, is you're gonna attack the wheels before you put anything on your paint to dry in the sun. If it's cool out, if it's shady out, I would start with the next step and then do the wheels while the soap dwells on the paint. But let's just assume you're washing in the sun because you don't have access to shade and it's warm out. We actually formulated these to be safe and work efficiently in the sun because that's just something that we all deal with when we don't have a detailing garage in order to work under. So you're gonna attack the wheels first. I'm gonna increase the amount of soap or the dilution dial to the right and get a really thick foam on the wheels and tires. And then I'm gonna scrub the tires with the tire brush. I'm gonna get in the barrels with the barrel brush with a slight bend so I can sweep easier and get behind the spokes. And I'm gonna use the spoke brush to just get into the nooks and crannies of the face of the wheel. And then I'm gonna do that with each wheel as I go around. You can use a bucket to rinse your brushes as you go, which is definitely smart, or I like to hold them in each hand and rinse them in between each wheel so that I just have quick access to them. Now, once you've washed your wheels, you're gonna do something specific if you have the DriveLab foam cannon. If you don't have the DriveLab foam cannon, you can still probably do this. With our foam cannon, we can dial the dilution all the way to the left and get a very light soapy spray out of it in order to do an initial rinse of the entire car. Now, even if you don't do this, rinsing your car when you're outside first is really important because it cools down the surface of the paint, as well as removes any large debris that you don't need the soap doing work on, and the water will remove easily. So it's a good pre-rinse. But with our foam cannon, we're doing the pre-rinse with light soap. So dilution dial all the way to the left, and use minimal soap, so the most watery concentration you can get to rinse down the paint. So you're getting more soap, more water to penetrate the dirt, spend more time on the paint without drying because there's so much water in it. The level in the foam cannon barely goes down during this with our foam cannon. Now, in some cases, especially a light maintenance wash, this is all you need. You do not need to do the full thick foam. You can just pressure wash and move on to step 2 since it is a rinseless cleaner. But if the car was really dirty, if you're gonna do any contact on the foam, do the full foam. Dial it towards the right and get a thick shaving cream foam and spray that all over the car. And because I did that pre-rinse, the soap has spent so much time on the paint already, I don't need to let this dwell for very long. You're gonna start pressure washing on the sunny side so that the soap doesn't dry on your paint. If it dries on the paint, it's not the end of the world. Do a soapy rinse with it to get it off. It's just dried residue, but it is inconvenient. So you wanna try to work quickly. And I'm using a high GPM pressure washer to make the entire process much faster. And I'm gonna rinse the entire car, everything down. Now you're done with step 1. With step 2, you're gonna spray down the car and wipe. Now step 2 is a rinseless cleaner. It's supposed to be cleaning leftover road film. Hot lap cannot take care of everything in a lot of cases because it's only taking care of organic material. But what's left over is much thinner, much lighter, dustier, and easier to remove and then be dissolved by the chemistry in step 2. Doing a light blow dry of the car with a leaf blower is a good idea to get some of the water off so you're your towel's not getting so soaked, but it's not entirely necessary. You actually want some water on the panel because that adds to the dilution of one wiper or step 2 spray and allows for more lubrication and safety. You're gonna do basically a wet wipe down. Fine tune your nozzle to a fine mist. Mist this on, a little bit goes a long way, especially on a wet panel. So you're gonna go around spraying the panel and your towel with one wiper, wiping in a downwards motion, especially on the lower panels where dirt can be left over from the drip and the wash process. And you're just gonna be checking your towel as you go. And it's okay if it's really wet and saturated because we're just doing a wet wipe down right now. And then we're gonna come back through for touch-ups, clearing out and buffing with a dry wipe. The faster you move from the wet wipe to the dry wipe, the less water stains you're gonna get on the car, and it's just easier to wipe down and clear out. And if there's anything like a smudge or a water stain, just spray a little more one wiper on there and clear it out. Clean towels are always gonna produce the clearest buff. So as you do your dry wipe, rotate towels. I got through this Cayenne in 3 towels. It might take you less, it might take you more. Now there's a lot of nuance to this. This Cayenne was not ceramic coated, it is not kept in a garage, and it was very dirty for a summer car because it's not washed very frequently, and this went really well. But because winter road film and salts cake on and cement very differently, you can see a lot of variation in the wash process. So if you want to see more ways to safely wash your car, especially when it's really dirty, check out our PDF guide under this video on our wash kit page for extra details on how to approach this in different situations and different tactics, as well as we have other videos on our site and our YouTube channel to go into different nuanced moments and things you'll encounter during the wash process. What's up guys, I wanted to cut in and do a quick update on cleaning glass because we're releasing a glass towel. So normally what we'd have you do is this. Instead of using one wiper, because that's gonna leave some resin, you can see through the glass. And you can do that and it'll add some extra hydrophobicity on the glass, so water beading. If you level it correctly, it can be very even, but it's much easier just to clean the glass. And the trick with glass and why it's so difficult is you want nothing on it. So you want it clean and then you want everything removed, so almost polished afterwards in order to have perfect see-through glass without any light kind of warping or haloing or any kind of smudging or anything like that. So normally what we would do, we would take a glass cleaner or a 30-to-1 dilution of hot lap. You barely need any solution of hot lap in order to get that resin and residue or oil dissolving effect. And you're just gonna spray it all over your towel because you are trying to clean the glass, and there's probably gonna be some hard water stains and stuff after the wash. And right now I'm just cleaning the glass with it. And then what you can do once you have cleaned everything off is you want to remove any residue and make sure that it's clear. So you can use a clean towel to get a pretty clear surface, but microfiber can drag. So what you really need for a really good, effective, clear glass solution is a glass cleaning towel. So our new glass cleaning towels are carbon fiber, actually. 20% carbon fiber, and they're a very hard, slick, ribbed surface, and this allows you to polish off or clean the glass. And see how it glides across good glass like that? And I can just remove everything that was on there. It's best to work in overlapping even movements and then squares to get the corners. And that's the trick, is you need something to actually remove everything on the glass. And that's what this does. It picks stuff up without leaving it behind, and it's hard and slick because glass is very hard and needs to be sort of polished in order for everything to be removed. It's not gonna scratch, and this is even gonna remove some light watermarks and things that are really hard to remove once they're stained or etched in, because it is gonna give it a nice light polish. And then for step 3, this is really easy. You're gonna take your applicator and you're gonna put new shoes onto the applicator and saturate it fully, and then you're gonna wipe it down. When you have a brand new applicator, it's gonna be a little bit absorbent, so it's gonna be harder to get it across, but as it gets more saturated, it's gonna be a lot easier. You're gonna need less product in order to do this. Now, I always follow up the complete tire wipe with a little bit of a touch up around the rim with a towel, just to make sure that I remove any streaks or smudges of the tire dressing on the edge of the rim. If you want to use this product on your trim, do the same exact thing. Make sure that you try to be careful about getting it on your paint, because it will dry and leave a mark, and just always follow up with that edge with a towel. Now this will be ready to drive in seconds, so you don't have to worry about fling or letting your car sit before you drive. And now you're good to go. But if the car was really dirty, if you're gonna do any, like, you know, but if the car is really dirty, if you're gonna do any contact, but if the car was really dirty, if you're gonna do any contact on the foam, do the full foam. You can do the full foam.